This video is not intended for anyone 13 or younger. Hello viewers and welcome back to another My Hero Academia chapter reaction reading. And I'm your humble host, Josh24214, and yet again we are here for another My Hero Academia chapter. And today we're going to be tackling chapter 272, and yeah, I've heard a lot a lot of craziness is about to get thrown down with Shigaraki finally waking up, and we're finally getting back after that minor detour in the last chapter when we had to wrap up Tokoyami's fight with Dabi, and that fight ended. The fight occurred the way I thought it would happen. Tokoyami's not good enough to, not strong enough to take down Dabi. So yeah, and we're finally getting with that plot line out of the way, we can finally get back to the big important stuff with involving Tomura Shigaraki finally waking up from his 3.5 months of recovery. And yeah, we all know what's gonna happen with a lot of pro heroes are going to die. So we're going to be needing an official kill count. And yeah, I do know a few characters do die, but we don't know. So far we don't know how high the kill count is. So I'm gonna do my best with the kill count. If I have to adjust the kill count for the next chapter, I will. If I make a mistake, or the manga clarifies who is still alive. So let the epic bloodbath begin. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It only takes 2 simple clicks. Click, click. Enjoy the episode. And yeah, right off the bat, we don't get our usual covers from the chapter, and we're going to do a chapter of My Hero. Today's chapter of My Hero Academia is chapter 272. And we get a proper title on the first page, and it's called My Hero Academia, chapter number 272, which the title only entails saying, "Good morning." And we start off the chapter, we see where we left off with Shigaraki just waking up from having electricity going through to his body, just with Frankenstein's monster. And then with that out of the way, we cut outside of the hospital. We see the hospital way in the background, and we see most of the city. And we get our usual by Kohei Horikoshi, Cabal Cook, and learning of John Hurt again. And we're moving on to the second page, and we continue. We cut back to Barnon, Endeavor's sidekick, as she starts shouting, saying, "If anyone's in this neighborhood can't get up and out on their own, please let us know." Just evacuating all the people. As we see, all the people are leaving, with the 1A and 1B students helping out. With Burning continue, "There's a chance that this entire city will soon be a counter-villain battle zone." As we cut to, and with that we cut back, we cut to Bakugo, Shoto, Uraraka, and Froppy. And seems like an argument seems to be going on. And I think it's Burnin still continuing. "Shuttles will take you from here. Get out of this city." And we see an old lady talking to Bakugo, saying, "Thank you, young man. Here, have a chocolate bun." And Bakugo just counters it with saying, It'll just make my mouth dry. Forget that crap and get going." And we have Uraraka continue saying, "Might as well accept her generosity." And Bakugo counters again, saying, "You just want a frickin' bun to yourself." And Froppy just says, "Even he even treats old folks that way." We continue with page 3. We see Ida just doing his usual thing, just giving directions to the random civilians thing. And one of the random civilians says, "There's a manuscript on paper that I haven't submitted yet, so don't destroy my workplace, okay?" And Ida just says, "We will preserve and protect your precious manuscript, sir." As we see also, and we continue. We cut back to Koji as he directs more using of animals to try to get all the animals out of the city. And one of the random children just says, "Cute." As we see, Koji continues talking to a bird, saying, "The fifth ward is completely evacuated. Thank you, little one." And the little bird just says, "Cuckoo." As we continue with one of the big three, and a random spaceship for a head, a plane for a head, while plane for a head continues saying, "Our group is finished too." And we see, cut back to Ida saying, "We're going to check every single building to ensure that nobody has been left behind in senior homes and apartments." It makes sense. But on page 4, we cut back to Midoriya as everybody talking. "Keep calm, people. No running, please. We're going to have you folks ride this to a shelter outside the city." As we see a new voice pops in and says, "He's coming. He's coming." As Midoriya's just freaking, like, covering his stomach, while Shoto continues saying, "Midoriya, what is it?" And we see Bakugo just continue saying, "Slacking off, huh? What's your excuse this time?" As we continue with Midoriya freaking out that the voice is the new voice, continuing saying, "Stop him." As we get into inner monologue with the flashback to what was going inside One for All, as Midoriya says, "That's the voice of the first to possess One for All." And that's All for One's little brother. And Midoriya has his inner monologue saying, while still freaking out, saying, "He hasn't made contact since that one time." And then we see the little brother of the first user comes back and saying, "The blowback will soon be here. We don't have long to speak." And we see Uraraka observing, saying, "Deku?" As Midoriya looks on to the hospital where Shigaraki is at the moment, saying, with the first user saying, "A transcendent being, a transcended one, is coming. Freed from the shackles of humanity, his power now swells." And he's talking about Shigaraki finally awakened and about to unleash his full power upon the entire world. And we move on to page 6. We cut back to inside the main laboratory with Shigaraki finally getting up, while Exilus is shocked by this, and he's not really doing anything. He's just standing there doing nothing. As we continue, we have Shigaraki only saying just 2 words. And he only says, "I'm cold." But before anything gets crazier, we cut back to President Mike and the Mad Doctor. And President Mike did manage to get through the tunnel just fine unscathed. And while that's going on, we have the other pro heroes still fighting Elephant and Majin. And we also see Endeavor, Gran Torino, and Dragon Lady just defeated Sindel Nomu, so they're practically dead. But the Mad Doctor looks down the pathway they just came in with an expression. It was like, "What?" And we have President Mike just looking down the pipe. The tunnel's just freaking now, looking like, "Oh my god." As a massive freak out, while Shigaraki's quirk is properly activated and becomes a mass AoE, going trying to go through the tunnel and try to kill everybody like we all predicted from the last two chapters. Moving on to the next page, we see the tunnel explodes with decay, and we see that President Mike is now freaking out about this. And the Mad Doctor is pulling the most epic smile that he ever did, and he's like super creepy with it while the decay is just about to land on the Mad Doctor's foot. And yeah, the Mad Doctor is considering suicide at this point, dying to Shigaraki. But before anything of that happens, Gran Torino bolts in there and saves President Mike and the Mad Doctor, so they're not dead yet. And the decay is still coming, and it's surging bigger and bigger. And then we have Gran Torino freaking out about this and continuing to say in his inner monologue, saying, that's Shigaraki's decay quirk. But wait, it's spreading to things he hasn't even touched. This is the one thing we didn't know about. His enhancements. As we see Gran Torino now shouting at this point, saying, everyone, get out of here, now! And don't touch the cracks unless you want to wind up dead! As we move on to page 10, everybody's freaking out, and we cut back to Midoriya and the rest of 1A and 1B, as Midoriya sees the carnage that's happening, with Midoriya saying, the hospital! As everybody else sees it, there's some weird aura in the bottom of the page 10 of the hospital, and yeah, it's going to be destroyed in decay. But we instantly come back inside. We see Gran Torino still carrying President Mike and the Mad Doctor trying to get away from the decay wave. And there are some heroes being clever, like flying over it, and there's going to be a few casualties, and I think I can see like 1 or 2, 3. I don't know what the official count is, so I can count 1, 2, 3, 4. I see Aizawa. 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 dead bodies, and one of them is Aizawa and oh god dang it. And we see Aizawa and 13 still there, and we don't know if 13 is okay at the moment. And we see Dragon Lady passing by Aizawa, and Dragon Lady saying, "Get on!" As Aizawa tosses uses his the bands to hitch a ride with Dragon Lady, but he actually gets caught by one of the Nomu, probably Cage Nomu, as on the next page, Cage Nomu is starting to disintegrate, and it's starting to get closer and closer to Aizawa. So yeah, we can officially count Aizawa being dead at this point. So, oh god. No. He escapes. Aizawa escapes. Sorry, I was just messing with you guys. As he gets away from, Aizawa escapes the grip by having the Cage Nomu's hand getting chopped off chainsaw style by Crust, and Crust is caught in the decay wave. And and Crust is caught, so now he's starting to decay away. And Aizawa looks back at Crust dying at this point. And all Crust does, he keeps his smile and his thumbs up, doing the way of the Terminator did in Terminator 2. And yeah, Crust is officially dead. And we see his thumb falling down to the ground as well. So yeah, Crust is officially dead, so we have one confirmed death. On the next page, we see what happened to Endeavor and Mukuro. Those two have escaped, and there's like one other hero with them, as far as I can tell by the art. So those three are okay, as Dragon Lady's carrying as many heroes as she can, and Gran Torino escaped as well, so Gran Torino, the Mad Doctor, and Prism Mike are okay as well. And the Mad Doctor starts speaking up as we get a zoom in on the Mad Doctor's, having the Mad Doctor say, "You had us beat." As we see on the next two, basically for the next 2 pages is nothing but dialogue, but art saying, and a picture can paint 1,000 words, and we see the next few panels, that we see the decay quirk goes through the entire hospital and decaying it to the ground, while some of the other surviving patients there did actually escape through bubbles somehow, all caused by the washing machine hero Wash, and four other heroes. Four other heroes. And yeah, they're going to be dead in a minute. As we see on the last panel of the page 14, we see the two other heroes coming to get into the trucks and try to get away. So yeah, let's count an additional four bodies. We don't know if Wash made it out, so I'm probably assuming yeah, he's dead as well. So far the kill count is officially 5 at this point. As we continue to another group of people trying to escape the decay, as we see the last 3 of the wild pussycats trying to run away from the decay wave, and 3 other random heroes, as Ragdoll, I think her name was, turns around and tries her best to slow down the decay by creating a wall of earth. And I don't think it'll work. I don't think it'll stop the decay wave, so it's official, as far as I know, that Ragdoll is officially dead, as we see the earth from Ragdoll starts to decay away, so I think Ragdoll is not going to make it, so she's dead. So that's another trauma for Koda for him to go through, having one of his have to go through that trauma again, as far as I know. But I could be wrong. Ragdoll could survive. We don't know if she is dead or not, so there is a possibility she escaped. As we continue with the decay wave going into the city now, as we see that the Mad Doctor is going to take up the rest of the next 2 pages in dialogue, with the Mad Doctor continuing saying, all your work and progress was building towards this today, but now we witness a miracle, or something even greater. Plus ultra, Shigaraki has awakened. As we see on the last panel of page 16, we see Shigaraki only using his one good hand to cause this decay wave, while having to grab Exlis's cape coat, and he puts it on Doctor Strange style. So basically, he's ripping off Doctor Strange at this point. And we move on to the next page. In page 17, we get a full page spread of the entire corruption of decay, just continuing with the Mad Doctor continuing saying, all that you heroes have built, he will undo upon walking. And the Mad Doctor finishes saying, "Victory is ours!" As we cut back to Midoriya, seeing all this damage, gets really pissed off, and he unleashes 45% of One for All now, and doing St. Louis Smash Air Force. And he's trying to stop the decay wave as best as he can. As we see, we have Bakugo and Burnin, with Bakugo continuing saying, "Get these people moving!" And Burnin's trying to get on the horn to get a line of communication to Endeavor, and with Burnin saying, "Endeavor! Hey, Endeavor!" And then we have, in the last panel of the chapter, we have Midoriya saying only 2 words, "Everyone, run!" Next chapter hits May 31st, and it's implied that, yeah, that attack is not going to stop the decay wave. So, yeah, we can officially... So, yeah, at this point, we can see, like, the kill count right now is at 6 or more. I do not know, because we don't know if it's confirmed, but yeah, I think we just saw the death of Ragdoll, the death of Crust, we saw the death of Wash, as far as I know, but I could be wrong. The heroes have failed, and now Shigaraki is unleashed, and he's decaying everything, bringing destruction in his wake. And now, the hour of devastation has come. And yeah, this is going to turn into the ending of Infinity War, with the villains winning at this point. So I don't know where this chapter is going to go now, because this is just going to get even crazier. And don't forget, Kika has woken up so he can crop up any moment and make the problem worse. So I think we're basically in the climax of this arc, as far as we know. And the story could go pretty much anywhere now, so yeah, this is gonna get even crazier for the next few chapters, and the kill count is going to be, woo, up there with dead bodies. So I'll see you all for next week, and yeah, the next chapter will hit next week, so until then, I'll see you for chapter 273, and until then, this is your humble host, Josh24214, signing off for now, so until then, bye for now.